Go first.
For me, firstly, was the hospitality. The first experience that we had was really nice because me and Trey, we didn't know what to expect
Right.
when we landed, and the coaches, of course, Reese, the players, everyone made us feel like at home straight away, and I feel like that's so important because the energy from the get-go was serious in terms of what everyone was out to do, but at the same time there was a family kind of home environment, which I feel like is so important, and that was a good start. Our first experience in Thailand. So it was
for me, the professionalism of the actual setup, in terms of we had different coaches for different things. We had an S&C coach, we had obviously our head coach who was taking the sessions, we had a goalkeeper coach as well. So things like that for me is similar to the background that we've played in growing up in England, him being at Chelsea, me being at QPR. So it was that structure that kind of made it for me, and honestly it's the most fun I've had since being here in Thailand playing football.
Yeah, no, honestly, the most important thing for me with the coaches is that what they brought for me was, alright, I'm always open to learn and develop as a player. I know I'm 27 now, but it was more like giving us an understanding of what they look for in Thailand and how we can be integrated into the culture out here and how people can take more to the best qualities that we have. And for me, that's the most important. You want to do your best when you come to a new environment, and you don't want to come with an ego as if you know what's going on, because you realize quickly when you come here that you don't know nothing. So they helped a lot with that. That was the first thing that stuck out to me. So we don't train for a crazy long amount of time, but in the time that we do train, the work gets done. So it's effective. We done, the way the session was planned is we do one thing, we move on to the next, and the breaks and the water and everything's done in a way where it's run smoothly. And that to me was close to international level, or if not the same as international level. And then in the environment, amongst the quality of the field and the environment that we had, that was perfect. So for me, that's what stood out.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think the structure of the sessions from very similar to Europe in terms of the higher levels, in terms of going from maybe a passing drill into possession, into a small-sided game. That's the type of stuff that you need to be working on, short, sharp, and quick and intense. So, yeah, it was good.
Now, when you get to this stage of our career, you want to be in contact with people that are serious and that can actually genuinely help you move your career forward, or even help others. Like if a team's not looking for a player in my position, or they're looking for a player, I don't know, centre back, or they're looking for a player in Trey's position, you put us in contact with people that can actually help us. And AFS, they immediately gave us contacts who weren't just gonna push up to a team and then kind of help us. They were finding a team that was suitable, that could actually help us progress and give us opportunities. And now we have like a few opportunities that are serious and contracts and stuff like that. So we have opportunities that can last us, and people that we genuinely have a new relationship with, and it's a short amount of time, so it's good.
And they're also on the ground as well, so the fact that they're here in Thailand, or they might come from a different country to come and see us, just to speak to us, obviously due to our connections at AFS, so that's a big thing, which a lot of players may not get the opportunity. So we got the opportunity to actually engage with agents and general managers and scouts and coaches, other players as well who also play here, for us to expand our network. So we're new to Asia, so it's been perfect for us.
The problem with that is that we had so much opportunities in a short amount of time that was like we had to go through what to choose.
Yeah.
And I've never had that.
Yeah.
Never had. Obviously I've had options, but it's like, who do we go with? Who can we pick out of these guys, because they've all clearly done deals in Asia and they know what strategy they want to use. And now in a short space of time we have an opportunity to choose over playing. Like, we played only a few times before that.
Yeah, it's true.
So
it's true.
So yeah. That you have a range from players that are around 18, 19 to players our age and older. So the fact that everyone wants to play football and enjoy it and come and live in Asia and come and play in Asia and progress, some people might have different goals. Some might come out here because they're going towards the end of their career and they wanna kick on and just kind of find a new home. And some players want to do well and then move on maybe to another place in Asia or move into a top tier team, etc. And we in a few sessions we played with players that played in different parts of the world. So we shared our experiences with them, and then we all tried to gain knowledge of how we can move our careers forward together. And I think that experience in itself is helpful for anyone.
I think AFS in itself is the perfect place also for people that haven't been in that environment, that haven't had the structure, that haven't had the top-notch coaching from top coaches, or been around players like ourselves. We've been around, we've played for a few clubs. So like Michael said, they can learn from our experiences, we can also learn from theirs. And yeah, so I think that's the main thing, is the actual structure of how it works and the professionalism of it being like a development academy, it being more like, this is how it's going to be in a professional system, and it just gets you prepared for it really. So yeah, it's really good. So for me personally, I'm a player that likes to get on the ball, technical and whatnot. And obviously in Thailand they're very technical, but as a foreigner, you have to do a bit more. So you're gonna have to be a bit more almost like a leader. And AFS taught me that basically from the jump, that I have to be a certain way in order to actually progress. Like maybe I might sign a contract, but to progress and keep getting contracts every single year, I have to be more of a leader as a foreigner. And I have to maybe slightly tweak my game in certain aspects in order to fit into the culture of the football here, because the game, the pace, etc. is different. So for me, that was a big thing that I learned through AFS and the coaches and the people around. That's what they taught me. So that was a big help for me as well. It's an eye opener, because I didn't really know this. Obviously, it was different for me. But yeah.
No. For me, it was more like the understanding that if you're coming to, I always knew, because I played abroad, that when you come to another country, you need to be one of the better players, of course. But the way that you show that and the way that you come across once you do that in Asia is very important, because they might not be as boisterous or as aggressive with the way they approach football in Asia as like in England. We're calling for the ball, like we're loud, we're very like extroverted in the way that we play. And here you learn that they don't have that same characteristics, but it might benefit you because you can focus on your game more and you lead through your actions. So yeah. When you get on a plane, you're like, oh, I want to go to a team, the best team I could go to, the best environment, and you're like thinking, T1, T2, whatever idea that you might have in your head. Yeah. But you enjoy football the most when you have fun in an environment that people that actually want you to be there. Yeah. And I felt the most welcome at AFS. Of course, I've gone into clubs now and I felt welcomed once they see me play, but that's because they see me play. Whereas AFS, it don't matter if you might come off jet lag and you might not perform as good as you would have performed 3-4 days or a week or 2 weeks later. You got to deal with the sun, etc. And with AFS, there was no judgment. It was try your best. We know you just came off the plane. We know this. We know that. Let's see what you can bring and just kind of fit in with the group. And then everyone, I see guys that I thought, this guy shouldn't be in this session with us. And then all of a sudden, they start to look better because it's normal. Like they probably was nervous, they probably lacked confidence.
So when you're around, kind of environments are important, as you know. And I think the environment that AFS provides is very, very good in terms of the integration of everyone. That's a big thing, and we noticed that. So. But that's what football does, it brings everyone together, different people you might not speak to, you might not meet. So that's good.
I feel like we stole the experience by going to AFS. So we've stolen the experience that everyone has had. Reese has given us so much knowledge. Michael's told us, and Ruben, like they put us in a space where we have prior knowledge of what it's like to play here. So we're going in not like just oblivious, and I think with that it gives us an advantage to maybe players that didn't have the AFS experience. So I think that's important.
The mentorship from yourself, Reese, like it's needed. And when I say needed, I mean it could be anywhere, any country, but obviously you've been here for 15 years plus, and you've done well for yourself, implemented, and the academy's running crazy. So I'm gonna listen. I would be a fool to not listen to someone's advice who's been here and done it. So yeah, that saved me a lot of time in terms of what to do and what not to do on and off the pitch, to be honest. And I appreciate that always, because that's something that not many people can give. Is free, but they won't give it, you know. So I always appreciate that from AFS.
The most important thing is when Reece sat us down and gave us a blueprint of how much we didn't know.
Yeah.
Right. And then when we experienced it, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then that
everything was coming to
fruition. Like it was like, and you know, someone tells you that something's gonna happen, and it starts to happen, and it happens again, and something else happens. You know that their intentions are definitely pure.
Yeah.
They definitely want to actually help you. So for me, that put me in a head start. And I'll be honest, I don't even want to know what it would have been like to experience it outside of it, because
no, not for real.
Yeah, because I don't want to know. I'll be honest.
I think it'd be like, we wouldn't know exactly. We would have made a lot more mistakes. Maybe spoken to the wrong people. Because that happens, you know. A lot of players go through it especially when they're new to a place. And for me and Michael, this is new for us. We always sign contracts before traveling to countries. So us being here, kind of just getting a feel for the country, a feel for the football culture here. AFS has basically done that job for us. We didn't need to get a feel. We was training for a while. We picked your brain, you know, and that kind of gave us like they said, the blueprint for what it takes really to stay here longevity. We've had a few friends come here who haven't gone through AFS, who've gone home within the week. We've been here for a while now, and we plan on staying here, and that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for AFS, and that's just me being honest. Just guidance on and off the pitch again. So, like I said, I've had a few friends come from England, top players, but purely because of maybe frustration. They don't know who to speak to, where to go next. They don't have a mentor, no one to like check in on them and say, look, I think you should do this. I think that's why they've gone home and we've stayed. We've been lucky enough to have AFS by our side, whether we sign and whether we're not signed. And they've made that clear to us, so perfect.
Showcases in from what I've experienced in professional football, a lot of showcase setups. They don't have a good reputation based on for a lot of factors. And for me, the proof is the people that you get the opportunity to be seen in front of, regardless of how good of a football player you are, it's down to you, right? Ideally. You're going to get the opportunities because we've seen it firsthand for players of all levels since we come in. And then, like Trey said, we literally have friends that would be going home right now if it wasn't for Reece. They are literally staying now because Reece has given them another opportunity.
Right. In all honesty, for me, players of better caliber who have come here without the support of AFS, players they're still good players, but they're not as, maybe they haven't got a better CV. They've actually gone on to get trials for clubs here because they've gone through AFS. So players, which is the fine lines, you know. A very good player that didn't go through AFS, a player that's maybe not played at the highest level, hasn't got maybe transfer market and whatnot. They've been given that opportunity to go to a professional club just through training, playing games at AFS against these clubs as well. So that makes the difference. So that's it's the risk, it's the networking, and that got supported by AFS, if I'm being honest. So yeah.
You're not lying.
Yeah, literally,
it's facts.
Like,
being honest.
Literally,
being so honest.
The way I see it,
So
honest. if you was to break it down very simply, is if you come out here and you don't have knowledge of Asia, you're 50-50 or probably more likely to leave.
You know,
whereas if you come here and you have
trust me,
Reece, you have Michael, you have Ruben, you have all the agents, everyone that's associated to the actual like the setup itself, you're gonna have a chance, and everyone ever wants a chance. There's players that have played first division. He's played League the player we're kind of talking about, one of the players, and he would be going home if it wasn't for us being like, no, try this. And of course, first is alarm bells. It's a showcase. It's this. It's that. But listen, it's coming from people that actually know them, have had experience.
There's credibility there as well, you know. There's been proof in the pudding, if I'm being honest. But both of us, we've come down for, I think in one day, we got linked up with an agent within one day, and the next day we were training with the club. you know, and then that led on to bigger things, and that kind of branched us out, got us kind of in the market. So yeah, it's good.
And Reese be forgetting, like he forgets that he put you in contact with someone that helped you, and then he's like, oh yeah, I gave you that guy, and then I'm like, so
it was you.
Yeah, it was you, like initially. And people might, and I was always thinking, players might actually forget because they move on so quickly. You actually help them initially.
Yeah.
And
but we're not. But honestly, I think the journey we've had, we speak about it all the time. We're very close, and we're very grateful for anyone that helps us in our career. So the journey that we've had, a lot of people helped us, and I'm sure he can name from maybe when he was 10 years old who's helped him in his career get his first contract, to getting his first professional contract, to his third one, you know, and you know, so it's all about appreciation for me.
It's paying homage helps, but the truth part is the like me. The truth. The truth is we flew over here with no knowledge of Asia just to see if we could have an opportunity to play some football and enjoy Thailand. And now we're in a position where we're like, we can actually build something from here because AFS has put us in contact with people. It's like we're professionals in how we carry out anything that we do, and like we're passionate about football, whether it's playing, whether it's mentoring or coaching, or we both have our coaching badge, we can coach. But like what AFS has done is given us a structure in the way we should carry out our professionalism, because sometimes in football you have to play the professional game in a way where you talk to people, how you act, how you carry yourself, how you greet people, and how you communicate in your intention. And like AFS has laid the premise by giving us that knowledge of what we need to do when we go into a club.
So for me, the way we felt after leaving AFS, like, was we felt like our younger selves again, in terms of, right, we know we can play at these levels. We've shown it now with training. The other players are giving us respect, as if like, whoa, these guys are very good. And then also when agents are receiving our clips and whatnot, it's through someone credible. So it's not like they just, you know, so they probably get loads of players. They're actually taking the chance to look at our clips, look at our CV, our background, go on White Scout, have a look, and then they obviously, when they speak to our reference, which would be AFS, we're going to get a great reference because we've gone down there, worked hard at training, and proven ourselves. So the coaches, for me personally, and for Michael, after sessions, they were very happy with us, and that made us have more hope, you know, like a bit of that light came back to light, because sometimes in football it's up and down, everyone knows. So this was more of an up for us. I would go home in the cab and say, oh, I had fun today, do you know what I mean? And to say that is very rare, especially when you get to our age. You want to just enjoy football. So yeah, 100%.